Have you ever stopped to ask a question that seems almost too simple, but the more you think about it, the deeper it gets? Well, that's what we're doing today. We're going to tackle a big one. Why are trees important? But instead of a science lesson, we're going to find the answer inside a beautiful story from a little place called Amber Hollow. Let's get started.
So, our story starts right here, in this village, Amber Hollow. And right next to it is this ancient forest. I want you to just picture it for a second. Trees so old they have stories in their bark, and sunlight that just drips through the leaves like honey. It's a pretty magical place, and it's here that a young boy is about to find something incredible.
And this is where we meet our main character, Oliver. Now, Oliver isn't like most kids who just play in the forest. He really sees it, you know? He's the kind of kid who notices the little things, the way a leaf dances on its way to the ground, or how the roots of an old tree seem to be holding the whole world together. He just gets it. And this question, this is the heart of the entire story. It's not something he just thought of. No, it's a question that's been quietly growing inside him for years. And one day, sitting under the biggest, oldest tree in the whole forest, he finally asks it out loud. It sounds simple, right? But the answer he finds is anything but. Of course, he asks the grown-ups first. And, they give him the usual practical answers. They're good for shade, they give us fruit, birds live in them. And look, all of that is true, super important stuff. But for Oliver, it just didn't feel like the whole story. He had this feeling there was something much, much deeper going on. And then, this happens. A single, perfect golden leaf just floats down from that ancient tree and lands right in the palm of his hand. And in that one tiny moment, that simple touch, everything changes. This is where Oliver's real journey for the answer begins. All of a sudden, the whole forest is different. The air starts to glow with this soft, warm green light. And then, complete silence. All the birds, all the little sounds of the woods, just gone. And then, out of the trunk of the tree itself, a woman steps out. This isn't just any woman. This is the keeper of trees. She's literally made of the forest. Bark and moss and sunlight all woven together. And her whole purpose? Well, she's there to hear the questions that people ask with their hearts, not just their minds. Oliver's genuine curiosity is what called her. So Oliver, his voice just a whisper now, asks her his question again. But the keeper, she knows that some answers are too big for words. You can't just be told, you have to see it for yourself. So she promises to show him why trees are so important. And what he sees next, it changes how he sees the world forever. The first thing she shows him is just mind-blowing. He looks down and the ground becomes transparent. He sees the roots of all the trees glowing, stretching out, connecting to every other tree, every flower, every stream. There are these hidden bridges holding the whole world together. And what's so wild is that this beautiful fantasy, it's kind of real. Scientists have discovered what they call the Wood Wide Web, this vast underground network where trees actually share nutrients and send signals. The story calls them bridges, we call it a mycorrhizal network. It's the same incredible idea. And what's flowing through these glowing roots? Well, the keeper calls it the light. But it's not electricity or anything like that. No, it's the feeling of kindness. It's memories. It's hope. It's all the good things that have ever happened in that forest, all collected and shared by the trees.
And inside this light, Oliver can actually see little flashes of these moments. He sees a kid's joyful laugh echoing from years ago, a bird's very first song at dawn, the feeling of total peace from a grandmother just resting in the shade. It hits him that the trees aren't just wood and leaves, they're keepers of memories. They hold on to all the small, happy moments that would otherwise just disappear.
So you see what that means, right? A forest isn't just a bunch of trees. It's a library, a living library, where every single tree is a book filled with these beautiful, unwritten stories of the world. I mean, that just completely changes how you think about taking a walk in the woods, doesn't it? For her next lesson, the keeper tells him to look up, and Oliver sees the leaves in a totally new way. They're not just leaves. They're like millions of tiny little hands reaching up to catch the sunlight, turning that light into life. And in doing that, they're breathing out this feeling of calm all over the world. It's such a poetic way that describes something we know is real, photosynthesis, where leaves literally turn light into energy and give us the air we need to live.
And the last lesson, well, it might be the most important one for us today. It's just about their presence.
In our world, which is so noisy and fast and always moving, trees just stand there. They're this powerful, silent reminder of how important it is to just be still, to pause, to listen. It's a wisdom we're actually trying to relearn now with things like forest bathing, which is all about tapping into that deep sense of peace you can only find in nature.
And all of this, the shade, the fruit, the secret connections, the memories, the stillness, it all comes together in this one big, beautiful realization for Oliver. He finally understands. Trees are important because they just quietly love the world. Every single day. They give us everything they have and they never ask for a single thing back. That is their true importance.
This new understanding changes everything for Oliver. He can't just know this anymore. He has to do something. So he starts giving back. He thanks the forest that taught him so much, and he gets to work, planting new seeds and taking care of the little saplings. His knowledge has turned into action. And from that day on, the world is just different for him. It sounds different. The rustle of the leaves in the wind isn't just noise anymore. It's a conversation. He's learned the forest's language, and now he can hear it whispering back.
And we want to leave you with that final thought from the story, that trees do so much more than just grow. They're guardians. They quietly hold on to the world's light, all its kindness and its hope, so that the rest of us can remember how to bloom. It's really something to think about, isn't it? The next time you're just standing under a tree, maybe you'll hear it too.